What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer. Today we are going to talk about the 9 things I wish somebody would have told me before I started my DIY nails. I'm going to spill some tea. I'm going to get into some controversial items that for me, I really wish somebody would have said before I started doing my own nails. So the first one that we're going to talk about, number 1 of 9, is no one cares what your nails look like. And I know that sounds kind of, very blunt, but when you're first starting, you're really nervous. You feel like, oh my gosh, like what if my nails look really bad? Is someone gonna think they look bad? Nobody cares but you. I mean, all of us in the DIY nail community, we love seeing your nails. We love seeing what you create. No one outside of that is going to make a big deal out of if you have your nails done and they don't look as professional as you'd like them to eventually look. So the very first thing you want to start out with is the only person that you want to do this for is yourself. And now for the second one, we are going to jump into the mani. This is the gorgeous mani that we are going to be working on in today's video. Coming in at number 2 for the 9 things no one tells you when you start your DIY nails that I'm telling you now is take your time. So whatever kind of nail enhancement you're doing, whether it's just nail polish, gels, dip powder, builder gel, poly gel, acrylic, whatever you are doing, take your time. It's going to take a while to learn. Most of us have probably done nail polish over the years. Maybe you've done nail polish for a long time, but if you're trying something like dip, builder gel, poly gel, there's going to be a learning curve. It's going to take a while to really figure out how to do all the steps. You're going to have to research. So something I wish somebody would have told me is it's okay that it takes you time to learn. I thought that right away, like my nails were gonna look great. And I know for myself, it was really frustrating when my nails didn't turn out how I wanted them to for quite a while. I'm right-handed, so using my right hand to dip my left hand went so much better than using my left hand to dip my right. I feel like it took my left hand a solid 9 months to get like somewhat decent at dipping my right hand. The next one up is number 3 of the 9 things no one tells you when you start DIY nails. Number 3 is nail prep is the key. Nail prep is the key to long-lasting manis, no matter what type of product you're using. So that kind of goes with number 2. If you rush through your nail prep and really any of your steps, your mani is most likely not going to last as long. So if you're somebody who is skipping the salon because you don't have time to sit at a salon during the day, you can do your mani at night. And taking your time and doing a really good nail prep, that is key. So one of the big things with nail prep that I see a lot of people do wrong is use liquid cuticle remover. And I know you've probably seen it on nail videos from nail influencers using it, but they're not keeping their manis on long. I try to do my videos and talk about as much as I possibly can what would give you the longest retention, because my base of my manis is builder gel and I actually want to keep that on for a really long time. So doing a dry nail prep, making sure that all the excess cuticle and that skin is off your nail plate, then buffing your nails so that there's no shine left on them very gently. Those are all key steps to getting your nice long-lasting manicures. Number 4, this one, sometimes it's really hard to hear this one. So number 4 is add skills one at a time. I know you see all these things that you want to do for your nails and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to try this, I have to try that, I have to try this. Like, look at all these new fun things. You're like, it's sometimes I feel like a kid in a candy shop when I'm doing my nails, especially at first, because there's so many options, so many things to learn. What I wish somebody would have told me is don't rush to do all that, get the basics down. So adding that one skill at a time. If you're starting with dip, and we're going to talk like mostly about dip here. If you're starting with dip nails, learn how to do simple one color dip nails really well until you jump into the next skill and say you'd start trying an ombre nail or a color block. So once you get the basics down, it makes it a lot easier to add the next skills and doing it one at a time. I tried stamping pretty early on in my dip journey. I think I was like maybe dipping for 6 to 9 months, and the stamping was an absolute freaking disaster. So bad that I quit for a year. And even then, when I went back to it, I only did it once in a while. It probably wasn't until I really started doing YouTube more that I decided that I could consistently do stamping, because I knew what to do. And I was, I had more confidence in in my own skills. Coming in at number 5 of the things that no one tells you when you start DIY nails. And this one, it's not going to make a lot of people happy, okay? The next couple, they won't. But I feel like I have to say it. do your research before buying products. Know what the ingredients are. If a company doesn't list their ingredients, or maybe they just don't happen to have them listed and you ask and they don't want to give you them, those are red flags, okay? There is no reason for you not to know what ingredients are in the products you're using. You definitely want to be educated in what you're using. The ingredients in a lot of these nail products aren't to be taken lightly. You don't want them on your skin. You don't want to, get them in your eyes, things like that. So knowing the products that you're using before you go and use them is really, really important. And this goes with number 6, because I definitely didn't do this when I first started. No one said this. Number 6, do not use low quality products that are often less expensive. I know it seems like a really easy idea to go online with one of these larger online retailers that can get you things in only a few days. So let's talk about what I've seen happen and why I don't recommend getting low quality products. At this point, I think I've tried, and I calculated it once and then I lost track. I've tried over 30 dip liquids brands, over 60 dip powder companies, and over like 30-ish gels as well. I think builder gels, I've probably tried close to 40. And the difference in quality is huge. So people are gonna argue with me about this one, and I stand firmly in my ground on this. You don't get the same results in your manicures using low quality products versus high quality. And not only that, so it's not even necessarily like the price, because you can go somewhere to a small business, like a small dip company, get sample sizes of dip powders and they can be fabulous quality. But something that you have to make sure you're aware of is the ingredients in the dip liquids and the gels are not made equal. If you're using, gels off, say, like Amazon, Temu, Shein, you are most likely going to be using gels that have ingredients that are more likely to cause you allergies. So HEMA is a big one and people like to talk about it a lot. HEMA is an ingredient that's been used in nail products, but it also is one that people are more likely to be allergic to in the realm of nail ingredients. And the push has been to go for a lot more HEMA-free and all these other ingredient-free. And there's a reason for that, because all those ingredients tend to be more likely to give you allergies. I've seen a lot of people, and this is kind of scary to me, I've seen a lot of people take their nail allergies really lightly, try to brush it off as eczema, continue to use gels or dips, but there are long-term consequences to that. I just recently saw a TikTok on this about a girl who was saying that her salon that she went to kept using gels on her even though she was having reactions and they told her it wasn't to the gels, and now she can't use dips, gels, nail polish, anything with acrylates. And the problem with that is, from my understanding, acrylates are also used in dental and other medical procedures. So that could be, some long-term complications. And I get it. You see certain brands being used a lot, especially like on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube, because they're readily accessible from larger online retailers. But I can't in good faith recommend something to you and put something in my Amazon storefront that I wouldn't use on my own nails. That to me does not seem right. That's just something that I feel like I needed to say, something that people need to know. You need to know if you choose to use products off Amazon, Shein, Temu, any of those. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you know what you're using and don't let those get on your skin. So now that we got out of that one, those are my bit more controversial ones. Now we're going to talk about number 7. Everything doesn't work for everyone the same. All the steps do not always work for someone. So you're going to get a lot of advice from a lot of different people if you're in the nail community. When you start your DIY nails, people are going to tell you, oh, I do this. I wash my hands with Dawn dish soap before I do my nails. It's the only way I would get mine to work. A lot of like the little one-off things that work for people typically don't work of the majority of DIY nail enthusiasts. So like the Dawn dish soap. I tried doing that and pretty much everybody I know has tried doing that and it never worked for any of us. I still have seen some people swear by it, but for most of us, it gives you lifting. Or if you're using a primer or bond that's meant for gels and you use it before you dip your nails, it's most likely going to cause lifting. Again, I've seen a few people say it works. So that's something you need to be aware of. Like, people are going to give you advice. You're going to do your research, and people are going to be doing different methods. I've always found what the nail techs do is what works for me. So when I get my information and when I try to figure out like, what am I going to do with my nails, I go straight to nail techs to see what I should be doing. And then that's the information that I pass along to you guys. Even after doing my own nails for almost 5 years, doing all these videos, I still obsessively watch videos from nail techs. I cannot stop watching like all the nail tech educator videos. I want to learn as much as I possibly can from them so that I do my nails the safest way, do it the right way, that I do it the safest possible way so that I don't end up with any type of allergies as best as I possibly can. Number 8 in the 9 things no one tells you when you start DIY nails is you really need some kind of step-by-step instructions. So whether it's super detailed instructions or instructions from a company, those are really important for doing your steps the right way. You do not want to just go jump out there and try to like figure things out on your own. You definitely want to get some kind of step-by-step instructions. And what I wish I had was what I actually created. I created a huge step-by-step guide called Dip Nails 101. I did one for Builder Gel 101 and then the Gel Method Dip Nails 101. Each one is over 45 pages of everything you need from prep to application to removal. I wish that somebody had done that for me when I first started, because there was so many things that have taken me years to learn, years to research. And I wish someone would have just handed that to me like, hey, here you go. This is everything you need. So that is why I did that. And if you are interested in that, I will make sure I link that in the description. Coming in at number 9, and this one is really, really important in the 9 things that no one tells you. Stop trying to have perfect nails, okay? Your nails won't look like someone else's. Some people in the DIY nail world have been doing their nails for years. So my nails certainly did not look like what they do now. And even now, sometimes I mess them up. And some people just pick up nails really easily. They are really natural at it. I was not one of those people. That's okay. Your nails don't have to be perfect for you to enjoy them and for doing your nails to bring you joy. I get joy from my nails even when they look a mess, because you know what? I tried. I did them myself. Someone said to me, comparison is the thief of joy. And that is so, so true. Now that you know the 9 things no one tells you, come check out this next video and learn how to dip nails with me at home. Thanks so much for joining me today, nail crew.